Welcome back to Dice to Pixels. We're here with a new episode, and we have our Sarah back.
Hello, I'm back. I'm still a little bit sick, but just a little bit phlegmy still.
Yes, she is now British. So that's...
Well, because I'm still sick.
Yes, of course, of course. We got a few things we're going to talk about tonight, lead up to Halloween stuff and some other bits, but welcome back, Sarah. If you're back with us and you aren't subscribed, click that button. We love to see that number go up. And... yeah, we'll kick it over to you. You've been playing, what was it, Cat Quest?
Cat Quest. So when I was sick, Adrian was like, here, try out the Steam Deck that I bought. And so one of the games I tried was Cat Quest. That's been sitting in my, to be played for probably several years at this point. I believe I got it for something like $5 or something when it was on sale at some point. Because I think I just watched the thing about it and it was like, okay, this is cute. It's cheap. It's probably nothing very good. I started it up. Oh my God, it is so freaking good.
What's it about?
It is about a cat on a quest.
What's it like?
So the developers themselves describe it as a combination of Zelda. What did I say? Zelda.
Meets Skyrim.
Skyrim and then... the overworld of Final Fantasy.
Oh shit. I just pulled it up on the website.
Right? Is it not adorable looking?
This looks fantastic.
It's so good. It's all hand-drawn art. So you're a little cat, obviously. You fight, you use magic. The overworld looks like my very first thought too, before I even read what the developer said, was this looks like when you're in the overworld of Final Fantasy. Yeah. So I thought like, I expected like, when I meet an enemy, it's going to like do the zoom in thing and it's going to be, no, you fight it right on the overworld itself.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So you're going around, you're helping out little cats in cat villages, because there's like an evil witch cat that's stolen your twin sister and you're trying to help her get her back. And if you don't like puns, not a good game to play. Because the pause menu is literally spelt Pawse.
I love cat puns.
Yes, there's so many cat puns in this. It is so fun.
Yeah, and yeah. I'm just quickly looking here. It looks like it's available basically everywhere.
Yeah.
iOS and Android as well as Switch, PS4, Steam, etc.
Yeah, so Chad was watching me, because I was playing it before bed, and Chad was watching me a couple of nights, and he's like, whatever, I'm going to try it out. And then he fell in love with it.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah, big tough guy. Yeah.
Oh, look at your little cat game, and I
then
freaking love it.
And then he went and bought it, Cat Quest 1 and 2 on PlayStation, because it is now on sale for like, what, $4?
You can get both of them for like $10.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask if you had grabbed Cat Quest 2 or not. Which, by the way,
there's a bundle.
There is. It's also Cat Quest 2 is available on Apple Arcade, which is interesting. Because I have not played more than about 30 seconds of Apple Arcade. We have it. We have access to it. This might be a good option to try it out. We have our own cat who's whining in the background, and we're going to try and get her to stop. Right, Scooter? Yeah, okay. So I might try that on Apple Arcade, because that's interesting. This looks fantastic.
It is.
I'm into it.
It's very fun, yeah.
Very cool.
It's been out for, what, 2017,
something like that. And then the sequel came out in 2020 or something.
Yeah, so it's been out for a while, and people know about it, but
it's great. Like the open world, it's basically Zelda. Like you're in an open world walking around. When you attack enemies, they have there's like a red area that appears kind of underneath them with how far their attack will hit. And it's a light red, but when it turns solid red all the way, they attack. So you have time to like dodge and roll out of the way and all that stuff. But the gameplay is really, really good. It's responsive as hell. It's just fun.
And it's so forgiving too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I got into the habit of, I was playing through it yesterday, and I started giving like the opposite voices to different, I would just shout out and talk out the lines of dialogue. So there's a little fairy that you get at the start of the game that basically accompanies you. So normally like you see a little thing like that and you think like Navi like, hey, listen, or all that crap, right? So instead I just went like, oh my God, you're dragon blood, and just started talking like that every time it's
dialogue came up. Yeah.
I made the king of the capital city.
Yes.
Talk like Richard Nixon.
Love it. Yeah, I was just quickly reading some of their blog while you guys were giving a rundown there, and it looks like they've just recently expanded their company in August. They've leveled up, as they say, added some new people, moved into a different office. So I'm guessing Cat Quest 3 should be coming soon. Well, I don't know what else they'd be working on.
Well, they do have a total of 3 games.
Nope.
One of them is not a Cat Quest related game.
Slashy Hero.
That's the one.
Yeah,
I'm
on their website.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, that's how I found out about it too, because I was trying to find out some more about them.
Yeah, it's definitely
cool.
definitely very good. And like I said, if you're on PlayStation or Steam, whatever, like it's worth checking out, because
especially if you have younger players too, because it is so forgiving. Like you die, but you don't lose any experience. You don't lose any of your items. It just takes you back to your last save point, and you keep going.
Yeah, that was one of my worries, because I had leveled up a few times and then died at one point. And the first pop in my head was, oh crap, I just lost all that experience. But then I woke up and at the save spot, and I still had all of my XP that I gathered. So
what you're saying is that there needs to be a hardcore mode.
Yeah.
Where your cat explodes in a gory mess.
Dies in one hit.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think so.
Has to randomly defecate on the grass.
Wow, that escalated quickly. So that's cool. Did you play much else on the Steam Deck while you had it?
Yeah. I also wanted to give something a try that I had played on the computer, so I downloaded Power Wash Simulator, and of course, because what else? And it ran wonderfully. Like the experience with it, even with the smaller screen than what I played on, was fantastic. It was great. Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised at how nice I was expecting to kind of feel like I used to when I was playing with like a Game Boy or whatever, except 20 years later. So you like the small screen really would make a difference. Because I always feel like a jackass when I'm playing a mobile game on my phone, because it's just so small.
Yeah.
I didn't feel that way with the Steam Deck. Actually, the proportions of it felt really nice.
Yeah, when I first opened up the case, I was like, holy shit, because it looked so big. And then I held it up to our Switch, and Chad has like actual comfortable handles on the side of his Switch, and it's the same length, a little bit thicker. Screen size is comparable. I love where the knobs are, and everything is up higher than it is on the Switch. It's so natural feeling.
I can tell you, as a guy with a bigger hands, like that was actually one of my things. I have a lot of trouble with the Switch because it's so small. Like the Joy-Cons are so tiny. The Steam Deck felt really good. So I was happy with that.
I'm the opposite. I have small hands. It was comfortable. But
the way the grips are shaped, it's kind of good for everyone. They did a really good job.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah.
I think if I had any kind of complaint about it, I'm not big on the back buttons where they are, because it's not really the way you hold the Steam Deck. It never makes it feel comfortable enough to like actually press it. Like I always felt like I was kind of loosening my grip a bit just to like depress the buttons in the back there.
Yeah, I'll grant you that. I admit I didn't play any games that needed the back buttons. I mean, that probably would be a concern. I actually don't know what I'd use them for.
For something like Destiny, I would use them for, again, like reload, getting into my menu or something, just so, again, I don't have to take my thumbs off the buttons. My thumbs off the thumbstick.
You're all over the shop tonight.
I know, right? Gosh, it's like we ate a shit ton of pizza.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah, but hey, actually, we did. We had Pizza Hut. Yes. So I don't think we can say fuck Pizza Hut anymore.
No,
Pizza Hut. Welcome back to our good graces.
You're all right. Pizza Hut never did anything bad to us.
No, they didn't.
No, they just decided that fuck Pizza Hut for some reason.
Yep. Richter knows.
Yeah, Richter knows. Yeah, he was there.
Cool. Steam Deck's great. I like it. Did you try loading from the SD card? I did, and it worked great.
All of the games that I downloaded, I saved them to the SD card. Couldn't tell.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if it made the starting load up any difference. That felt like it was kind of long.
I mean, it has to, right? Like, obviously, it's slower than the NVMe, so it's going to be slower. But I didn't feel like it was slow, just slightly slower. No. So
there was a few times where it wouldn't boot properly.
Yeah.
So the one time Sarah tried to start a game and it just flat out wouldn't start the game at all. And she had to like exit the game and restart the Steam Deck. It happened to me as well when I was trying to play Lonely Mountain Downhill. Same thing. It just got like froze on the loading screen. And then there was one time where it like wouldn't, like when it started up, you seen like the logo for it and it just like disappeared. And then like almost like the boot menu popped up on screen.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it wasn't nothing major. It just said like it gave you like run Steam OS. So click on run Steam OS and it finally booted up, but it was weird because I was like, all right, what the hell just happened? So it must have updated or some shit, but
yeah, just bugs.
Yeah,
it's not surprising.
Nope.
But all in all, like I think the machine's freaking great. Like the base model is perfect for anybody. I didn't find any kind of jarring omissions. Like as far as I know, the next step up is like a solid state drive. So like
no, they're all solid state. The only difference, the only practical difference, the middle of the road one is slightly faster storage, slightly being the key word, and more storage, more internal storage, which honestly, I mean, if it loads from the SD, how much do you really care?
Exactly.
The high-end version, the most expensive is the big difference there is it has the nano texture glass so that you can play it outside is the theory. Although I have my doubts that would really work. I haven't tried it, so I don't know, but I can pretty confidently say that I would not buy anything but the base model.
No.
Yeah, no. Steam Deck, great. Loving it. It's fantastic. You know what I'm not loving?
What's that?
The First Descendant, that's what it's called?
Yeah.
It's the new looter shooter. It's trying to go for AAA sort of status. It's very pretty. It's kind of clunky and just not interesting. I wrote up a little thing on the website about it.
Is this the beta that the two?
Yeah, the beta that we got into. Chad couldn't play it. His machine wasn't slow enough. So I said last week I'd give it a shot. And I did. I logged a handful of hours in it. Did some leveling up, which is completely irrelevant. I guess just the progress in the game felt really clunky and weird. There's like sort of a crafting system, but not really, and sort of a leveling system, but doesn't really mean much. And like you pick up better weapons, which is great, but I mean, that's every game ever made. So
do you think that has to do with it being a beta still, or is it close to release?
I don't think so. Like it's pretty complete. Like I think they're winding it down and moving into release very, very soon. Because this was basically an open beta. You had to get an invite, but like I signed up and got an invite like 12 hours later. Yeah. So it wasn't very restricted. And I don't know. All of it is there and it doesn't feel like it's missing pieces in terms of like they didn't finish it. It feels like it's missing pieces in terms of they just didn't think it through.
Yeah.
Like you can craft runes. You can like decraft runes and like mix and match and level up other ones and everything. But it all just feels so irrelevant because, I mean, for one thing, it suffers from the World of Warcraft power curve. It's almost like every time you move into the next area or level or whatever, everything you're getting is like so much better that it just doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a progression, but it was clunky. It was weird. The multiple ammunition isn't really done very well. You can't like rechamber your guns or anything else. I don't know. It's a hard pass for me. I will not be playing it. But it's pretty. I mean, there's that. And I feel
like that's the easiest thing to do in games at this point is just make them pretty.
Kinda, yeah.
That's the lowest bar that they can reach for at this point.
Yeah, and honestly, the grappling hook mechanic, which I think is what they were counting on it, sort of taking it to the next level, just doesn't really work. Like it's kind of fun, but a lot of the terrain, like you'll be in these ruins and you'll be trying to like grapple up to the top of a ruin or something. And you'll get up to where it looks like there should be a good perch and it's just flat. Like the texture doesn't match the clipping.
Oh.
So like, it's like, oh, I'll just jump up there. And it's like, no, you're not allowed there. And it's like, well, then why the fuck did you give me a grappling hook?
Yeah.
It was kind of like World of Warcraft where they had the mounts where you just couldn't use them in certain places. Except, at least in World of Warcraft, they did it by zone, so it kind of worked.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Just, it's a hard pass.
Yeah, I think depending your entire game on grappling hooks for entertainment, unless it's literally a game that's like Grappling Hook Simulator or something like that, where that's literally all you're doing, that's pretty hard.
Yeah, but the Just Cause series, they had like a grappling hook in theirs, and they're fun games to just like fuck around in.
That I was thinking of that too, and see, that makes sense to me because that's what you do in that game is just screw around with dumb shit. And
well, to be clear, like the grappling hook itself, it could be good and it is fun. It's the fact that they don't let you use it. Yeah. Like you can use it specifically where they want you to use it. And like there are places that you can use to get to like more sort of questionable locations. Like you can easily get up on top of some buildings, which your enemies can't get to. But then it's like, cool, I'm on top of a building and can shoot down at them. Great. They can also shoot up at me. Like this isn't, I don't know. It's very clunky. I feel like they made a very pretty game and it runs well on my machine. And I have no complaints about the quality of the game. It's more things like the questing was stupid. The leveling didn't matter. The ranking up mastery system was kind of clunky and dumb. It was not rewarding to play at all.
It almost seems like a lot of these developers are just trying to build something that's gonna, finally dethrone like Destiny from like the whole looter shooter thing, Because I remember when The Division first came out, and a bunch of us from Forever Gaming, we did the beta for that, and we were like, oh hell, this is gonna be so good. And then when it came out, it was okay. Well, there isn't much to this, and it grew as time went on, and it got to be like a more in-depth experience. But by the end of it, and when Division 2 came out, like the Division 2 was great. It's still a great game, and like it changes weekly, like the stuff you do, but the changes are also on like a schedule where it's like 1 week it's this, and then the next week it's this, and then the next week is this. But then when it goes back and starts the cycle again, it's this, the same kind of cycle. And they're fun games.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The First Descendant, like trying to compete, be a looter shooter. Like
no, what are you talking about with the 1 week
different
it's
tasks.
this, 2 weeks it's this? What are you talking about?
The cycle of like, so every week there was like a different overall mission in the Division 2 where like the 1 week it's, I can't remember what the group was called.
Just make something up.
But they were like the big bad in the game, and they had like a specific area that you had to clear certain missions and sectors in this one area to finally unlock that. To go to that is like an end game thing.
Oh, like worldwide quests.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, okay. I understand.
And then the next week it would be in a different part of the map. And then the next week it would be in the other part of the map. But then it would always go back like in a 3-week cycle.
Sure.
Do the same stuff over and over again.
The bottom line is everybody's doing this wrong, and we need to bring back original PlanetSide. PlanetSide? I think it was called PlanetSide.
No idea what that is.
Let me make sure real quick that I'm talking about the right game here. PlanetSide, not PlanetSide 2, that was garbage, but the original PlanetSide was just a massive there were 3 factions, and you could suit up as like a sniper or a heavy weapons or like a scout or whatever, and there were different vehicles. And it was like a futuristic permanent military conflict where it was just every person in the game was a person. There were no NPCs. Well, no, actually, there were no NPCs. There were computer terminals, but there were no NPCs.
Huh.
And just everyone was there fighting. And it was basically just wherever people were currently fighting, that's where you could go and drop in and like join the war. And it was just permanent.
So PUBG?
Yeah, except good.
Okay.
It was great. The vehicles were great, and like the mechs that they eventually added were super cool. It was just everything about that game was absolutely phenomenal. PUBG is kind of I don't know. Lots of people love it. More power to them, but I think PUBG is a steaming pile of shit. So
I could never get into any of those styles of games.
Well, that's the thing. I don't like most of them, but PlanetSide was amazing. And I think it's because it was actually a proper war. Like there were planes and tanks and everything else. And it wasn't cheesy. It was like, let's have our tank battalion roll up on their, defended fortress and destroy the energy cores and stuff like that. It was basically just a perpetual amazing game of capture the flag. And I know you're saying like other games like that exist today. I don't know how to describe it, but no, they don't. No, PlanetSide was better. Even PlanetSide 2, same exact premise, but it was crap.
I had it for PS4.
Yeah.
I think I played it for like 5 minutes and just lost. I wasn't interested in it.
Complete garbage.
Yeah.
Complete garbage. And it's weird because like it's literally the same people who made a new game that's supposed to be the same as the original, but it was shit. And I don't know why, but PlanetSide, the original, was like so good. But of course, because it was all like you can't play it now because of course the entire point was there had to be thousands of people playing it so that there was a world scale combat happening. As soon as people stop playing it, the game is dead. You can't continue. I guess you could add thousands of bots to a server and rock on maybe, but
not the same.
Not the same.
It'd probably make for an interesting RP server.
Yeah. I mean, if they would release it.
That would be, yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. Like an RP server and like PlanetSide.
Oh my God, we've been watching way too much RP.
Yeah, we have been.
What have you been watching lately? Still GTA 5?
Oh yeah, always GTA. Yeah.
Cool. Someday I gotta tune into a stream.
It's so crazy. Like just some of the stuff that the developers for NoPixel are just insane.
Yep. They're so good and they have such good humor too.
Yeah. They just installed a Russian embassy that they've called Little Moscow that's directly across the street from the police station.
Oh no.
They've altered the weather just in that area to just be snowy.
Oh.
one of the admins or devs is controlling a giant bear in a red tracksuit.
Oh no. Come on now.
It's so good though. It's so funny.
I'm sure it is. That seems needless.
Yeah, it's great. It's so fun. It's
cool. Yeah, I gotta tune into stream sometime. It does sound fun. So what else? I've been playing a lot of incremental Epic Hero 2. Still. It's been running 24/7 for weeks now. Such a good game, man. Such a good game. Go get it. It's awesome. I love it. IEH2. Love it. What else have I played? I don't know. I grabbed a couple of games. They were crap, but I grabbed them last week. I don't think I've played anything new since last week. I think I just played the First Descendant beta because I wanted to really give it like a proper run through.
Yeah.
And just not. It's fine. I didn't hate it. It's not good. So
I actually I went back and re-downloaded Biomutant.
What's that?
It's open world kind of hack and slash RPG action adventure with stealth crafting, blah 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 blah. But their whole kick was you could basically engineer your character however you made it. So if you wanted it to favor strength, it'd be like a certain type of animal and like big buff. But if you started scrolling, your facial features and everything would change.
Oh, sure. Yep.
And all that. So, and then you have all these different mutations to be like resistant to like poison, fire, ice, whatever, right? You start with some, but then you can build them up as you play. But sorry. There was a lot of, it's kind of like No Man's Sky when it first came out. There was a lot of big talk from the developers and didn't really nail it when the game released initially. It was one that was really hyped and then just fell flat. And the one thing that pissed me off about it was they have this like British narrator that basically narrates all of the, like every creature, every NPC you encounter in this game speaks like a type of gibberish. But rather than just letting you read the text and hearing the gibberish, this guy, so the guy would like, and then the type would come in. It's like, he said he cannot believe that you have been here for so long and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, dude, just give me the text of what he's saying and shut the fuck up.
And there wasn't a setting for that?
No.
That's
now
weird.
there is.
Oh, okay.
Now there is. They updated it and there's a few things that they added. So I decided, all right, let's give it a second chance. Always try things twice. Right?
Always try things twice. That's the rule.
I haven't stopped playing it yet. Although Cat Quest kind of made me stop playing it. So
it looks really good. I'm going to check out Cat Quest.
Yeah.
There was one piece of gaming news that is earth-shatteringly important that anyone who's probably interested in it already knows. But Kerbal Space Program 2 has a tentative February release date for early access. I might have shit myself when they said that.
That's what that was?
Yeah, well, it did register on the Richter scale.
Oh, God, I felt that in Guelph.
On Richter's scale? It's so funny.
We're so funny. Yeah, no, I am unholy. So it's long overdue. It was supposed to be out in 2020. And then they basically realized that, hey, not only pandemic and everything else, but like it's actually way harder than we thought, which of course it is. I kind of knew it would be. Like they're trying to basically redo Kerbal Space Program, which was already a big game with way more features and also their own new engine. Excuse me. Definitely a hard problem. So they're taking their time, which is great. And early access is going to be out in February, which is super cool. I am going to lose, basically from February until August, that will be the only game that I play. So those podcast episodes might get a little boring.
Did you also see that RimWorld has new DLC out?
Yeah, I didn't care. I'm over RimWorld.
You're over it now?
I've moved on. It's, I wasn't that into it. I was actually. That's not even true. I will still play RimWorld. Mm-hmm. I have a hard time with DLC after a certain amount of time. After I've sunk X hours into a game, and I don't know what X is off the top of my head, but I'm going to say like 20 or 30 probably. When a DLC comes out, I'm just like, yeah, but I already like the game, so go to hell. Like,
fair enough.
I don't know. I even if I know it's going to make it better, I'm just like, yeah, but no, I'm good. DLC is kind of not my thing. Sometimes it is. So like there are things like Skyrim where it's like, here's just a new quest line.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Like you're not changing the game. You're just, but the new RimWorld like changes the game in some pretty fundamental ways. I don't dig that. However, RimWorld, very similar to RimWorld. What's the name of it? It's the new one that's in space and you start with like a broken spaceship.
That sounds like it could be a few games, to be honest.
Yeah, well, this one, like, the graphics are literally, like, the same as RimWorld. Like, literally, the dead bodies are identical, which isn't surprising, because I think it's just an artist that released that, like, graphics pack.
Yeah.
I'll find the name in a minute, but if you're aware of it, you already know what I'm talking about with the new RimWorld that's a broken spaceship, because it's obvious. I'll find the name in a minute. But the other one that I wrote up on the website real quick was... this is kind of board gamey, but it's actually coming to Steam, which is awesome. Munchkin. They're releasing Munchkin on Steam. The actual card game. So there's been Munchkin games that are not Munchkin. They just have the Munchkin name. This is actually called Munchkin Kicking in the Door. And right now the Steam page just says for release this fall, which they're running out of time. But it's like actually a multiplayer digital version of Munchkin. And like, yes, please. Yeah. I will 100% get behind that.
I've only ever played that game once, but I loved it immediately.
Oh, I've got like pretty much, well, not now because they've released a million expansions since I last bought one, but I've got like a whole bunch of Munchkin over there. It's one of my favorite games. Yeah. It is, the way I described it on the website when I wrote up the article is that it's in my top 3. D&D is number 1, and then Munchkin is in my top 3. And I don't know if it's number 2 or number 3.
Well, what's the other one in your top 3?
Maybe you should go read the fucking website.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That's fair.
You just got served.
More pizza.
No, Tibia is the other one.
Oh, yeah.
And that's honestly just because I've played so much of it.
True. Yeah.
But yeah, Munchkin Digital, I was very excited about, and Kerbal Space Program 2, very excited about. Neither one out yet, but I will be playing them when they do come out. Big time. Like I said, KSP2, you can just write me off for the next, like, from February to like August. I'm just, every time you come to me, it'll be KSP2 is great. Like, yeah, no, excited about those. And then honestly, my gaming this week has been pretty minimal other than that.
Yeah. It's mostly been Cat Quest. Last weekend I played, I may or may not have started a new character in Wrath of the Lich King.
Oh, yes. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I haven't played any World of Warcraft in the last little while. I got to get back
in a month. I know. I saw your login.
Wow, I didn't realize we had a freaking QA director here to keep track of the hours and shit. Damn.
Wow. I just got lit up.
God.
Shit. All right,
you know what? It must be that fiery British attitude that she has now that she's been sick.
Yeah. That's it.
She's coming off as a proper bitch.
Yeah, no, I do need to. We got to play some World of Warcraft together. I got to level up to your level and get on your level, as it were.
Well, I haven't played that character very much. So,
what else was I going to say about? This is a bit of a segue, but into the Wyrmwood stuff. But actually, I just bought, and this is a bit of a PSA as well, I guess. I just bought a Roll the Dice Hero Vault.
Yeah, I saw that. They are on super sale right now.
$50 US for a Roll the Dice Hero Vault, which is just, for anyone who doesn't know Wyrmwood, it's Roll the Dice is just you pay whatever the Roll the Dice price is, in this case $50, and it comes in one of their woods. It could be the cheapest wood. It could be like the super nice like Wenge with silver inlay. Right now, $50 just happens to also be the cheapest price of their vaults. I don't know if that means they're out of the really nice ones or if it just means they're really trying to get rid of them. I know that they're phasing out the Hero Vault because it's the one that just has the cutout in the center. It's not like the segmented for dice, mostly for the viewer's benefit. So I ordered one. We'll see when it comes. I'll open it during a podcast or something just so that we can all see what wood I got at the same time. It's dumb, but why not?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I ordered one of those, which is cool. And honestly, $66 US shipped to Canada, which is...
That's pretty
it's not bad.
Yeah.
Like one of the reasons I had not gotten a lot of Wyrmwood stuff over the years, the reason I got the dice and the vaults for us at the convention is just because, shipping and everything else and duties and everything. But like, even if they hit me for duties on a $50 item, like go ahead. It's going to be a few bucks. Who cares? So that's cool. I'm excited to get that. It should be here soon. Maybe even next week. We'll see. And, yeah, it'll be a nice little display case for something.
They probably needed the money.
Yeah. The Death Saga, we talked about it a little bit last week. Unsurprisingly, they've canceled the Kickstarter. I think they're in. I do think they're in real trouble though as a company, and I hate to say that because I feel bad for the employees.
Yeah,
but there was some serious. I believe. There were some serious missteps by Doug and the management in scaling the company the way that they did. He continues to talk about them being like a $30 million company. And it's like, you had 1 year where you made a lot of money. That does not make you a $30 million company. Like that is a really dangerous attitude. And I hope for the best for them because this isn't the best time to be getting laid off, but I feel like there's some serious layoffs coming Wyrmwood's way.
And they got they have great products. I mean, they really do have great products. And we were talking about this off camera where the prophecy stuff.
Oh my God. Like I'll just basically repeat what I said about the prophecy, which is, when the MGT first came out, I kind of said, like, I think they're shooting themselves in the foot a little bit because they're going to lose prophecy customers. And I'm one of them. Like every year I consider getting a prophecy, and it was only a matter of time before that turned from a consider getting it into like, I'm getting it. Now, obviously they're never going to sell the 10,000 tables a year from the prophecy line. They're not going to do that. But, I don't know, just that exclusivity, that not uniqueness, but kind of uniqueness of the prophecy. It's such a high quality piece of furniture. It looks amazing. I really think they should have stayed a smaller company building really great stuff. And maybe that doesn't work. Maybe like I don't have their books. I'm talking out of my ass.
Yeah.
But I feel like they really made a mistake trying to ramp up. They should have either capped the MGTs at like a manageable number, like a few hundred a year or something, until they got it together. I don't know. They just I feel really bad for the employees because they're great craftsmen. I mean, there's a reason I ordered the dice vault from them, or the hero vault from them. I like the Bow Road dice vaults we have. I really like their rolling trays and their magnetic tower. All of their stuff is great.
Yeah.
I think they just misstepped pretty badly.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it really is. Because again, like we talked about it a lot last week. So I mean, if you want to see that, hey, go check out that video.
And all of the other ones.
Yeah,
and hit subscribe.
Yeah, and hit subscribe.
And like.
But yeah, it's just such a niche thing. You know what I mean? Like even with the MGT or the prophecy, like I would have to be in we would have to be in a spot where it's just like, you know, should we get one? It's like, okay, well, yeah, let's get one. But like, even watching the latest Worm Life, where it's just like they're looking on like Wayfair and all this for desks.
Yeah, they did no research about the desks.
That is so surprising.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Like that would have been like, all right, that would have been someone brings me the desk idea. All right, let's research this and see what we are up against. It is not unique at this point to have a sit-stand desk.
Are you suggesting that doing competitor research might be an important part of a product?
No, not at all.
Yeah, that was pretty telling. Not that surprising, because like that desk was it was so overpriced for what it was.
Yeah.
Like it is nice, but you can go and get a butcher block table literally from like Uplift for like a third the price of theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, that's not quite fair, but considerably smaller price. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the magnetic rail is cool, but we talked about it last week. Like on a desk, it's just not.
No,
it wasn't a well thought out product. The MGT is great. I just think that the volume, like, I think it was too mainstream for that company, because like you can do mainstream furniture where you sell tens of thousands a year, or you can do boutique furniture where you sell like 100 a year. You can't try to do both. Like that almost never works.
It's one of those things where it's like, man, like insofar as like sustainability goes, like you can't.
Well, that's kind of, we were talking, what was the comparison that you brought up? The one YouTube channel where they were making custom PCs.
Yes.
And they tried to like get too big sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, if you're in a boutique sort of, if you're trying to make masterpiece furniture, whatever, that's great. You can make money doing that. People want that stuff, but only a few people want that. Yeah. Like 1 in a million want that. And then you can make cool tables and that are somewhat reasonably priced, and like everybody wants those. But it's hard to blend those two.
Yeah.
And the MGT, when they're redoing the MGT now, that's their next Kickstarter. They're going to re-release it. Although the way they said they were going to do it is dumb. Just watch their video. It's not that long. But and you probably already have, let's be honest. But yeah, it's a weird system that they're talking about. And also, I don't think they're going to get the backers that they need. I really don't. They're going to have to increase the price because prices have gone up. And because they said that the last time they did MGT almost bankrupted the company. So it's like, I think they're going to raise the price.
Yeah.
As they should. That's fine. But I think they're going to find a lot less people want a table that's, $2,500, $3,000, $4,000 than did when they were selling them for $2,000.
Well, the people that want the table might be there.
Right.
Whether or not they can afford it is a totally different thing.
That was also the problem with the desk, right? Yeah. Like, it's like, oh yeah, I'd love one, but not for that price.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's the danger. And I unfortunately think that Wyrmwood is going to have a really bad time. I just hope they're still around in a year.
Yeah. And hopefully like everybody's,
maybe they'll be, sorry.
I said, hopefully they can just kind of stay afloat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully people find new jobs if they need to, all that stuff. We wish them the best.
Yeah. Maybe they'll be back to mostly just dice trays and small items again.
I think they should have never stopped doing that. I think that was the right thing to do. I think, I think they tried to grow into a different market and didn't think it through. Yep. And yeah, I don't know. It's a mess. I hope it works out. I mean, I hope they launch MGT2 and they get, $20 million of business. I hope that for them, but they're not going to.
No.
So, yeah, that's a shame.
Especially when everybody's paying a shitload for gas and stuff like that, and just to live.
This is the thing. Like it's a bad time to be a company that needs a major influx of cash.
Yeah.
It's a really bad time to be that company, and they are currently that company. So,
yeah.
So, best of luck to everyone at Wyrmwood. I did my part. I bought the hero vaults for $60, $50.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'll take my award by mail. Thanks.
Oh, imagine that! It's coming in the mail.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, oddly enough, it's a hero vault shaped award.
Yeah, there you go. Right on.
Yeah. So, anyways, we'll see how that evolves, but that's a fun one, and we wish them the best.
So, hey, does anybody gonna boycott Bayonetta?
Oh, I don't know. I don't get into that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't pay any attention to that crap.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody's annoyed for good reasons, but I don't.
No.
I don't have time for that stuff.
And honestly, like the series itself, like I played the first one like years ago when it first came out. And when they made the move to the Switch, I was just like, well, I'm not interested in playing it on the Switch.
Wow. Yeah, that's fair too.
So I don't really care either.
Actually, I was more interested. Sorry to kind of jump topics here, but I was actually more interested in this McDonald's game.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I only have it saved on the link saved on my phone.
We have not played this game, but it looks like there is a new McDonald's game that you're basically trying to build the McDonald's empire.
Yeah, it's called the McDonald's video game. That's literally what it's called.
Yep.
The website is mollyindustria.org, I guess it is. That's at least the link I was sent by the chiropractor I work with.
It looks like you can play it a bunch of places. Like it looks like it's basically an itch.io sort of style. I do think that is the people that made it. And yeah, it looks like you're basically like, because anyone who knows McDonald's knows that they have farms that they contract, that they go to a farmer and say like, we'll buy all of your potatoes. Mm-hmm. And it looks like this is sort of in that vein where you have to like create all of the constituent components, including the horribly abused beef and everything else, and make McDonald's. And honestly, it looks a little bit like Farmville.
Yep.
And I'm kind of into it.
It's for such a satirical game too. It's so well made. Like looking at it, it looks better than it probably should, I feel. Yeah,
I'm definitely going to check it out.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. Well, you know me, I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm always a sucker for it. Chad, what are you playing next? What's your next game?
Right now I'm playing McDonald's. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry.
Oh my goodness, this company has another game called, because I just clicked on the mollyindustria.org main site, Democratic Socialism Simulator.
Oh, good Lord. That's let's give that a wide berth. What's next on your list, Chad?
Well, I'm probably going to be getting into Cat Quest.
That's true.
I'm serious. Like it's one of those games. It's just one of those games where it's like, holy crap. Like it's just so simple and it's so like quirky and fun that like I started playing it and I just don't want to put it down, you know?
Yeah, I believe it. I'm going to check it out as well. Right after I finish Orc Massage, of course.
Oh yeah. You got to finish Orc Massage.
We'll let the audience in a little bit here, but did you? Chad told me that you had written something up for the website.
Oh, I haven't yet. I am like deep diving research into sex games.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is surprisingly from what I found so far. So a lot of what I found is about sex in video games, but like about sex games themselves. There's an interesting history with all of that.
Yeah, I think maybe slightly more accurate would be like erotica video games. Although it's a little of both.
Sort of. So
you would know more than I did.
I know. There's actually, let me just go into my notes here and just pull up some of the terms that I actually have listed for myself to do research on.
Oh, okay. All right.
So a lot of the actual term for most of what this is eroge.
Okay.
I think I'm pronouncing that right. And it's a type of erotic gaming, which has like further devolved into different types of like subtypes of, so you have your dating games and So yeah, there is so much. There's like Dujin Gaming, Bada, or one of the first ones was called Canon.
Cool.
Yeah, there's so much, and it's really, really interesting. At least to me, because
I mean, I found it interesting. So the orc massage, the quip that I started with, we grabbed a game called Orc Massage because I kept every week, ever since I started going through all of the Steam new releases, we would see these like weird games, and I call them weird not because they're weird to play or anything else. They're not my cup of tea, but for people who do, that's great. It's more that like they have abrasive names, let's say. Like there's an interesting scattering of the naming conventions on these games. And it was one of those things where the curiosity built. And so eventually we grabbed Orc Massage and we did a little bit of a playthrough. We never really got that far into it. And then Sarah, you went and just started doing some deep dive research. I'm actually very interested to hear more about it when you're ready to release it to the world.
I will.
I will be reading that article on our website, dicetopixels.com, which now that I've rebooted our server is working again.
Yay!
Yeah.
Had a little bit of an issue earlier today, but I don't think our 3 daily active users are going to mind too much. So
yeah, it was funny, just like the orc massage thing, because like when you go on any of the, especially Nintendo and Steam, which like again, shocking Nintendo, like there's a whole bunch of like these sex-based little.
Yeah, Nintendo's got a lot. Yeah,
like it's insane, and and then you ended up picking up that orc massage, and we sat here for an hour, just playing through it, and. Oh my God.
I forget what parts of this we may have mentioned on the podcast versus not.
I think we mentioned about how surprised we were
of the quality
and the movement of the goblin giving us the contract.
Yeah, some of the cinematography, like it's all animated, but crazy. It was surprising in surprising ways. So that's I'm looking forward to that because I've been meaning to look into it more, and I haven't had the time. So I'm glad you're diving in. Okay, I'm going to go completely off topic because there's a new. Not completely off topic. I'm going to change the topic again, unless Chad, do you have something?
Nope. Okay. Go
ahead. So Halloween's coming up, as we know.
What?
Like,
is it
very soon? Monday. And so there's a host of new games, and we know that I've been working on the IR camera system so that I can play horror games.
Oh, wait. Adrian's working on IR camera. You weren't here last week. So
really?
I'm just letting you know now, okay? But
okay, cool. What's that?
He's going to go more in depth right now, okay?
Okay. I think she knew that.
Yeah, because I just told her.
So one of the games that just came out, are you familiar with the idea of liminal spaces or the backrooms?
That was the game that I was talking about at dinner.
Yes. So I didn't put 2 and 2 together, but it just came out in early access, and it's one that I 100% want to play in the dark with the IR cam going.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know what the backrooms are, just YouTube backrooms, and there's a bunch of great videos on it. Very cool concept, and I love that it's been sort of turned into a game now. And
I played the demo for it, and it's from what the demo was excellent, so I can only imagine what the full game will be like. I am looking forward to it. I'm gonna check out a few other Halloween games. Alien Isolation, of course, is on the list, but I know it's scary, so like that's fine. I haven't gotten a lot of suggestions. I think John dropped 1 or 2, so I'll check those out. But Steam is having an entire spooky sale right now.
Steam has suggestions for me. I wanted some user suggestions, viewer suggestions.
And what was that game that Katie and I played that one time?
Was it Outlast?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
There was lots of screeching involved when we played
Outlast
that one.
is pretty good. It might make the list. Anyways, I'm going to start doing this. I mean, I want to do it very soon because it's Halloween, but this is something that I'm not like doing a one-off of. I'm going to set up a streaming. Well, recording rig anyways. I don't know if I'll stream it. We'll see. We haven't been doing any streaming. I think we talked about it a little bit on the podcast at one point.
Yeah.
It's I do enjoy streaming, and I will at some point. Well, we have a Twitch channel. We'll probably go live on it at some point.
Yeah.
This actually might be the thing that makes me go live on the Twitch channel. We'll see.
Yeah.
The problem is like there's a lot of stuff that I want to do that you can't be very interactive with. So we'll see. But I am gonna play the Backrooms because it looks super great. I'm excited.
Yeah, I actually re-downloaded Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil Village because Halloween's around the corner, and also too, there's an expansion coming out for Resident Evil Village. So just going back and replaying those. Well, Resident Evil 2 is the remake too, but like even in that, and again, when I said that the dollhouse in Village was like crazy suspenseful.
Yeah.
So yeah, just something like Halloween-ish instead of playing Castlevania or something.
Well, and Cat Quest, obviously.
Cat Quest. Invernax is also a fun one. I love that one too.
Yeah. You know what I haven't opened yet? I downloaded it. The Sims 4.
Oh.
Because as anyone who's been watching our website or any other gaming news website on the planet, Sims 4 is free now. So I grabbed it and I was going to do a challenge mode, and then I couldn't decide what challenge mode I wanted to do. So I'm going to still play that at some point, but I haven't gotten around to it. I think I'm going to do the Starving Artist one. I think that's my favorite. I think I said that last week, but I think that is what I'm going to do, and it'll be fun. Maybe I'll do that this week.
We could always do a poll on the Discord or something.
Do we really want to let them decide?
I mean, yeah, they're going to give you the most challenging one.
Yeah, it's probably Starving. Well, actually, I don't know that there's any challenge involved in The Sims 4. Like, I don't think any of the it's not like RimWorld where there's, I mean, you fail, but I think that's kind of part of it. I mean, with the Starving Artist, you're literally going to fail like 5 times in a row. Yeah. You just reincarnate as your nephew or whatever. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. I'm just going to go to Ambiguous Amphibian and grab one. But if you do have suggestions, drop them in the comments in Discord, wherever you'd like. I'd be happy to give a couple things a shot now that I'm done with First Descendant.
And if you're not on our Discord,
why not?
How come?
You could become on our Discord.
Yeah. How did they do that, Adrian?
Well, the easiest way to do it is to go to the website. And then there's a link for our Discord. Yeah. Or you can go to dicetopixels.com/socials and get access to all of our socials. Crazy stuff. Revolutionary. This World Wide Web. It's revolutionary stuff. Cool. I think I don't think I have much else to say here. This has been a bad week for gaming for me. I've just been busy. And First Descendant ate up all my time, and I'm kind of grumpy about it because it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah.
Don't you hate when you're trying to be like a gaming journalist, I guess is technically what we're trying to be, and crappy games take up all your time.
This shit happens, right?
Considering we're not doing it full time, it's like sucks that much more actually. But in other news, there's a new release on Steam that came out yesterday. It's called Come See My Hole. Yeah, I saw that.
What the fuck?
The description is the metaverse, NFTs, virtual reality, augmented reality, Web3. Come See My Hole is none of these things. In Come See My Hole, you stand next to a hole in the ground. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, I
was literally just about to say, stop saying "Come see my hole."
So it's a little weird. It's a walking simulator that's not a walking simulator. It's a little weird. So you basically stand around a hole and talk to the other people that are around the hole. I actually don't think you can even move. Oh my God.
Excuse me. I'm still sick a little bit.
Sarah just murdered all of us.
Yep.
I actually don't know that you can walk around. I haven't tried it. No. Maybe I'll grab it because it is not expensive.
It's $1.19 Canadian.
Which honestly, come on, it's supposed to be 71 cents. That's the rule.
Yeah.
That's my limit for new games. I'll probably grab it because it sounds ridiculous, and I'll let you know next week what it's like. But At first, when I saw it, I thought it was going to be about Mel's Hole, which is like a conspiracy theory thing, which would be fun. I'll pimp the Y-Files again. They have a great video. AJ has a great video on it. Y-Files on YouTube has a great video on Mel's Hole. It's a weird story of conspiracy. I love a good conspiracy. And I thought this was maybe about that, but it's not. It's just
about a hole.
Yeah, well, so I'll
It looks like you get to look up at the stars and stuff.
Well, so I mean, there's only a paragraph here, so I'll just read you what it says about this game. It says, join up to 3 friends to stand around a hole and have a conversation, or just hang out and take in the sights and sounds of hole. I think it's supposed to say of the hole, but that's fine. Find yourself an immersive and detailed world where you can just stand around a hole, which is why I don't think you can move.
No.
And you can invite friends from Discord and converse with them and do things. And yeah, I mean,
it sounds like it could be an interesting way to, like, if you're, well, meeting people in Discord for one, or doing, like, say if the 3 of us couldn't get all together one week for a podcast, it'd be an interesting way to have the podcast.
It strikes me.
I don't know.
So I was just going to say, it strikes me a little bit as though this intersects a little bit maybe with what the metaverse was supposed to be. The idea of just like a digital surrounding, a digital environment where you can just hop in and like hang out. It might be, I'm going to check it out. I can tell you right now, it's not like super VRE or anything like that, so it's not like the metaverse, but I think it has like that little bit of flavor to it. So yeah, I think that's kind of what it's for, is like, just we're gonna hang out I want something on my screen to stare at while I hang out and chat with people. So why not a pretty world with weird sky jellyfish?
Why not? Indeed.
Right? So yeah,
I hope they make a sequel called Bonfire.
That's not what I thought the sequel was going to be called.
Hey, this is a family-friendly show. God damn it, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah, goddamn son of a bitch.
I'm just happy somebody else dropped an F-bomb that wasn't me.
Oh, have I not said fuck before on the podcast?
You have now.
Fuck. Every time I upload to the podcast sites, I say this contains explicit content. Yeah, no, that honestly looks kind of cool. I'm going to check it out for sure. I like that gaming is going into more weird areas.
Yeah. I think in places like Steam and Itch and all these other little
just indie publications.
Yeah. I love that that's an option.
Yeah, super fun.
Thank you, indies, and all of you for actually showing some innovation.
Some indievation.
We're so good at puns. All right.
Not as good as Cat Quest.
Not as good as Cat Quest, which we're all going to... Next week's just going to be Cat Quest.
Cat Quest.
Yeah, tune in for that.
Maybe I should, because when I started playing through and doing all the voices, you were saying, like, you really should be streaming this.
You should be streaming it.
I should have been streaming it.
Yeah. Guess you'll just have to start again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Cat Quest 2, you can play. There's couch co-op with that one. Yes. So you and Danielle should probably play that one together.
I was thinking me and Chad.
Oh, that too.
Fucking right. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Chad is my life partner.
Hell yeah, dog.
Oh, well, I wonder how Danielle feels about that.
She's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cool.
So,
Cat Quest. Yeah, we're all going to check it out. Next week will just be about Cat Quest.
Yep.
Cat Quest and KSP2. It's not even going to wait until next February. I'm going to be talking about KSP2 every week from now.
We're going to have to do like weekly KSP2 updates from you now.
Yeah, it's going to be like the timestamps, which I forgot to do last week. I'm sorry. I'll do it this week.
Shame.
I'm a bad person.
Well, somebody was sick and didn't keep him on task.
Yeah. God damn.
Fine.
And speaking of which, you know what? I think seeing as we did last week on our own, let's let Sarah close this one out. I'm done.
Okay. Smack yourself in the face.
That was elegant, Chad.
Yes.
Do you want to take us out?
Sure. So thanks for joining us again. Click like, click subscribe, join our Discord, visit the website. What?
No.
You just look like you have something to say.
No. I was just going to say well done.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But now I feel bad about it because I interrupted you.
And join us next week again when we talk about probably Cat Quest and Kerbal Space Program 2 and some other stuff.
Yeah. Look forward to seeing you.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Happy Halloween.